Hey Waterstone kids, it's Miss Mandy and I am here to tell you a great story about a guy named Abram, which you probably know later becomes Abraham. So at the beginning of Abram's story, he first heard from God. When he spoke to him, God said he had a promise for Abram. And this promise would be a promise that God's people would hold on to forever. And we still think about this promise today. So listen to these words. God said, I will bless you and make you a great nation, and the whole world will be blessed through you. Wow, could you imagine getting a message like that directly from God? But Abram was kind of confused because he said, a great nation? I don't even have children. How could I have a great nation? And he was already really old in age by that point. And so he was really confused because he and his wife Sarai, they had no children. And so God knew that Abram was confused about this. So he took him outside and he said, okay, let me show you. He said, try to count all the stars up into the sky. And if you boys and girls have ever tried to do that, it is really hard, especially on nights with a lot of clouds outside. But that night he could see all of the stars, and he started looking up, and God said, you will have more descendants than even the stars in the sky. And God, because Abram believed, God counted him as righteous. And I thought about that today. I thought, wow, just his faith and his belief in what God said. God said, you are righteous because of that. And that's what it is for us today. If we believe in Jesus and we have faith that Jesus is the Son of God, that he died on the cross, he was dead for 3 days and rose again for our sins, then we can be called righteous too, just like Abram. God also told him that he had another promise, that Abram would have all this land, and that the land would be given to his children, the children of Israel. To help Abram know that he would keep his word, God made a covenant. And a covenant is a special promise that you make between you and God. And the great thing about God is that he never, ever, ever breaks his promises, because he's not able to. He's completely holy. He cannot even sin. Even if he wanted to, which he doesn't, he can't, because he's completely holy. So he will never, ever break a promise. And he certainly didn't break his promise to Abram. To help Abram know, so in order to kind of give him a demonstration, God said, I want you to get a cow, I want you to get a goat, a ram, a turtle dove, and a young pigeon. And so Abram did. He obeyed God, and he cut the animals in half and laid them across from each other. The sun was setting, so Abram fell asleep into a very deep sleep. And as he was sleeping, there was suddenly a smoking pot and a flaming rod appeared and passed between the animal pieces. These items represented God, and God used them to show Abram that he alone, God alone, would keep his promises no matter what. Then God changed Abram's name to Abraham, and Abraham means father of many. So even in his name, even in the way he changed his name, he was telling Abraham, I will keep my promise to you. So what's super cool about this is that God did keep his promise to Abraham, because Abraham became the father of the nation of Israel. Jesus came from that same line as a descendant of Abraham to fulfill God's promise. And all who place their faith in Jesus are part of God's family forever. And if you remember, one of the things that God told him, he said, the whole world will be blessed through you. And Jesus was a descendant of Abraham. And so the whole wide world is now blessed because Abraham had faith in God. I hope you all have an amazing week. I love you so much. I hope that you take this and lay it on your heart, that it would be a guide to you and your family. We love you. Have an awesome week.